Hey everybody, I thought it was about time to give you all another half marathon training update. I did this last year as well when I was doing my marathon training, and a lot of you were like, I want to keep hearing about your progress and things. So here I am again. I did another video, last month or so, and I can link that below for you if you want to watch that again. But I am 3 weeks out until this half marathon. I can't believe it went this fast. Like, I started training probably over the summertime while Allison was home. So it's been a crazy ride of trying to fit in my runs while she was at home. Now that she's at school, it is definitely a lot easier. At the moment, training is going really, really well. Now, I am doing the run walk method from Jeff Galloway. So currently I am running for 3 minutes and then walking for 30 seconds. And I'm just doing those intervals throughout the entire run. And I'm only running 3 days a week. Like, that's the beauty of his plans. I'm following his half marathon training plan. And he only has you run 3 days a week. And I've seen other training plans where they have you do like 4, even 5 days a week. And I'm a busy mom, so I just can't run 5 days a week. I would like to, but I just don't have time for it. So I really like the 3 days per week method. So back in the summertime, I was running Monday and Wednesday at 5 a.m. because John goes to work at 6 o'clock. So the only time that I could really get in was early in the morning, because evening time I always had stuff going on. So that worked out. But now that Allison is in school, I can go out for my run around 8:30 right after she gets on the bus. So I go out, and then Mondays and Wednesdays, it's only a 30-minute run. So I finish those. And then Saturdays is my long run. And the way that Jeff Galloway's method is, his training plan, it goes from a really long run to a shorter long run, back and forth every week. So for example, this past weekend I ran 4 miles, and then this weekend I am running 14 miles, which it is over the half marathon mark, because a half marathon is 13.1, but for whatever reason he has you run a little bit farther than the actual goal pace or goal. I don't know why. Last year when I did my marathon training, he actually wanted us to run all 26 miles before the marathon actually started. And honestly, I just went to 20. There were a few times when, like, maybe the long run was 15 miles or 17 miles, and I didn't do all of it. I ended up maybe hitting a couple miles short of that. And I don't know, maybe I got bored, maybe like my legs just gave out on me, I don't know. But this time around, like, now that I've done 26.2 miles, like, a half marathon is no big deal. So I am cool with running those 14 miles this weekend. So after the 14, it'll go down to like 5. And then I think the marathon or the half marathon is right after that. So I really don't have much further to go. As far as pace goes, I'm still a little on the slow side, which, you know what, I'm totally okay with. My current pace is about 13 minutes and 30 seconds per mile. It's a little slow. I know some people hit like 10-minute miles and even less, or, even faster. I'm okay with being a slower person. I run because it's fun and it is really helpful for me mentally, so I don't care how fast I am. Now, I will say I am getting a little bit faster though. During this 4-mile run this past weekend, I was like a minute per mile faster. My average pace was a 12:30 mile, which was really good for me. I mean, and it just depends on the day and everything. I mean, I could have really good days where I have tons of energy and I feel like I can just fly through this run. And then there are times when I have like a 30-minute run and I can barely get through it without feeling like I'm dying. So yeah, anywhere between 13 minutes and 13:30 is a pretty good pace for me. And in fact, that's the pace I'm going to try to keep during this half marathon. If I stick with the 13:30 pace, I will be due to finish my half marathon in like 2 hours and 56 minutes. Now, if I really wanted to try harder, which I mean, I really should, if I tried to go for a 13-minute mile, I think I'll finish in like 2 hours and 52 minutes or something like that. I can't remember what my best goal or my best time was. I ran 3 half marathons back in 2018. And I want to say my fastest time was like a 2 hour, 46 minute or something like that. But I wasn't doing the run walk method back then. This time around, since I am taking walking breaks, I am obviously a little bit on the slower side. With the running though comes different issues here and there. I am definitely not stretching and foam rolling enough. I mean, I do a cool down after every single run. I stretch it out, but I don't really keep that up throughout the day. Like I find myself sitting at my computer, getting my work done, which is still important, but I also need to make sure that I'm still kind of stretching off and on throughout the day. And using my foam roller for self-massage, like definitely my quads, the fronts of my legs, and my calves, I'm starting to feel kind of like some soreness in my calves. I definitely need to get more massage too. So I work at a wellness center doing like fitness classes and also my nutrition coaching there. And because I'm an employee, I get a free massage. So I really need to get back in there. I tried like every 2 weeks or so. Right now it looks like it's every couple of months. So now that we're closer to this half marathon, I gotta get back in. And then I've noticed some issues with my hip flexors. So right at the top of my hip and the front of my leg, I just feel really sore. Whether it is just like walking, maybe it's sitting, and then after getting up after a certain amount of time, it just kind of aches a little, and then it goes away after a while. But I definitely need to do some more stretching with that to see if that will help. And I'm also taking it easy. Like I'm doing some yoga as well, some light stretching and working like that. And I'm getting enough sleep at night, so I'm definitely recovering like I should in that way. It just takes a little bit of time for that to recover. Other things that are going well, I think I have my fueling routine down. So during my longer runs, I carry water and Gatorade and fuel with me as well. I've got like a little belt that I can fit my little water bottles, and then it has a pouch I can put my stuff in there. So I've noticed that every 3-ish miles or so is when I need to start taking my fuel and then coming back to the house to fill up my water and Gatorade. And then for me, 3 miles is about 40-ish minutes, and that's right around the time you need to start fueling yourself anyway. So right around that 3-mile mark, I've already had my 2 little bottles of water and Gatorade, and then I can start taking in my fuel. Now, originally I was using Starburst jelly beans. I just found that worked a whole lot better. And then I got like another brand of jelly bean and did not like it at all. And then when I went to Meijer the other day to buy some more Starburst jelly beans, they didn't have any. But I did see some Sour Patch Kids, and I've seen people use Sour Patch Kids as their fuel. So I bought some and tried them on my last long run, which was 12.5 miles, and it worked out beautifully. Now I know that probably sounds weird to a lot of people, like eating candy in the middle of the run, like what's all that about? So when you are running long distances, you need to be consuming simple carbohydrates like sugar, and that's going to give you all of the energy you need to continue running. Because for a lot of people, if you run long distances like that without consuming any kind of carbs, you're going to get a crash. Your body's just going to say, nope, we are all done. And then it just won't carry you through the rest of the run. So you need something to get you through it, whether it is candy like jelly beans or Sour Patch Kids. They also make like little gels specifically for like endurance athletes that you can take. There's I don't know, other things that you can eat or drink as well. You can even do like actual foods like raisins and I don't know, you just gotta find what works for you. But for me, right now, Sour Patch Kids, it's where it's at. And then I've been incorporating a lot more yoga into my weeks. Now, I have a lot of trouble sitting still. I teach Pyo, and Pyo is like a combination of yoga and Pilates, but you're moving through it. You're not holding the poses for long periods of time. Like you hold it for a couple seconds and you go straight into the next one. And yoga, you're just like sitting there and my mind wanders and I get so bored and I quit halfway through. So I've been trying to force myself to slow down and possibly even look for different yoga videos that don't have you hold the stretch for a long time, maybe just a few seconds, then you get up and do something else. Like my body tends to like that more. But I have noticed that doing more yoga has made me a little bit more flexible and just makes me feel a whole lot better throughout the day. Now, I am running the Columbus Half Marathon on October 16th, which was the same marathon that I did last year. So last year, I invited you all to track me. When I signed up, they gave me like a link or something that I could give to people, then that they could click on that link and they could watch me and see kind of where I was, and it would update me or update you when I hit certain mile markers. And then I gave out my Google phone number so that you guys could text me throughout just to say, hey, you're doing awesome. Like, I loved that so much. I have my Fitbit here, so whenever somebody sent me a text message, I could see it on here as I was running, and that definitely got me through it. So if that is something you all want to do again, I'd be happy to give out my Google phone number when it gets closer, and that way if you want to just send me some text messages throughout, I would really appreciate that. So that is my basic update for half marathon training. I am 3 weeks out, so I don't know if I'll do another update like this, but I will definitely let you know as it gets closer, like with all the tracking information and things. So hey, let me know, are you currently training for anything? Have you done a half marathon or a marathon in the past, even a 5K? Like, what are you doing right now? I would love to hear it. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you all later.